Hi guys, welcome to Indoka. Today we're going to be discussing the topic CBD and addiction. You heard right, a compound found in the cannabis plant, which is still currently a Schedule 1 drug in the US of A, and is also considered having a high potential for abuse, is being looked at for people that are suffering from addiction. Everything from heroin, cocaine, amphetamines, alcohol, and even cannabis itself. For a long time, we've associated addiction with a criminal issue. However, countries like Portugal have now shifted to the concept that addiction is actually a health issue, not a criminal issue. Therefore, we believe it's important to focus the dialogue on addiction on mental health. Like other chronic diseases, addiction usually follows the cycle of relapse and then remission, which in extreme cases can lead to disability or even death. In addiction treatments, they usually target cravings and the relapse period when it comes to treating addiction with pharmaceutical drugs. An addicted person experiencing drug cravings will feel like life itself is dependent on getting and consuming whatever substance is causing those cravings. They will feel justified in saying or doing whatever it takes to feel that satisfaction and relief. So what has science shown us so far? 1, it can reduce heroin cravings. Most research up until now has been looking at the relationship between CBD and heroin addiction, with both preclinical research and small pilot studies showing promising results. Scientists have observed a lessening in what's known as cue-induced cravings. This type of craving is brought on when the addicted person receives a stimulus of some sort, say for example the end of a meal for a cigarette smoker. In a double-blind placebo study, heroin addicts were given 1 dose of CBD over the course of 3 days. The propensity for cravings was then tested by exposing them to stimuli related to opioid or neutral video stimuli. These stimuli were tested at 1 hour, 24 hours, and a 7-day period. Compared to the placebo, the subjects that were taking CBD found that their cravings were lessened, and the effects lasted for up to 7 days. A long-term impact on synaptic plasticity was suggested, due to these results remaining for over 7 days after the treatment was administered. This essentially means that the addicts' brains went under some kind of rewiring process, which researchers believe may show that it reduces cravings and have a long-term beneficial effect for addicts. The other point for CBD and addiction is that CBD was also shown to reduce addiction-related anxiety. We all know the purported benefits of CBD for anxiety. However, these results were also noted in the heroin study. Furthermore to the previous study, a reduction in anxiety levels was also noted. Other studies carried out on CBD for addiction looks at CBD for cigarette addiction. 24 smokers were recruited. There was the placebo group and then the CBD group. One group was given an inhaler with CBD, and the placebo group obviously an inhaler that didn't include CBD. Both groups were encouraged to use their inhaler whenever they felt the need to smoke. And guess what? The group that was using the CBD inhaler smoked 40% less cigarettes. Another clinical trial on CBD in regards to cocaine addiction is also underway. Another area where CBD is being researched in regards to addiction is in the treatment of what's termed the cannabis misuse disorder. Researchers have found that CBD can reduce the wanting or the lacking of cannabis-based stimuli, suggesting that CBD has the potential to be used as a treatment option for cannabis dependence. A 2012 study showed that CBD can actually be used when it comes to dealing with the withdrawal symptoms of cannabis abuse. Researchers found that after administering a synthetic version of CBD, the subjects' withdrawal symptoms lessened and they were actually able to quit their addiction. A further randomized trial currently underway in London is looking at the exact dosage of CBD required for reducing cannabis use over a 4-week period. This study will be followed by a stage 2 trial to work out if CBD really can be a treatment option for cannabis dependence. Serious addiction ravages the body and causes neurodegeneration, which is essentially when neurons in the brain start to die. Luckily, we know that CBD has been dubbed a neuroprotectant and an antioxidant, thanks to the publicly available patent by the US government, the same government that keeps CBD and cannabis as a Schedule 1 drug. CBD's ability to inhibit glutamate transmission is another way that it has a potential to help people that have been suffering from addiction, because alcohol and drug-related addictions cause something called neurotoxicity. By helping to inhibit glutamate transmission, we're also helping to limit the damage that's caused by these drugs and alcohol. In a study carried out on rodents, CBD was found to lessen the effects of neurodegeneration when it came to the damage done by alcohol abuse. A 5% CBD solution was administered transdermally, which essentially means put on the skin of these mice. This resulted in a 48% decrease in neurodegeneration. So even though it seems strange to treat addiction with a plant that's essentially been deemed a drug and addictive for close to a century now, the evidence is piling up. Will these findings go towards fighting the case to prove that cannabis itself is not addictive? Do you or anyone you know have experience with CBD used for addiction? Let us know in the comments below. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this video discussing CBD for addiction, and we'll see you for the next video. Bye.